Welcome to Terry TV. I'm so glad that you're tuned in. And you know what I'm excited about? I'm excited that we have gathered amazing folks that I'm interviewing just for you. People who are experts in public relations and marketing and sales and business and mindset, just all kinds of amazing people here on Terry TV. And you know why else I'm excited? Let me tell you, it's you. It's you, the viewer, who's tuning in, who is excited to learn, and who is a take action kind of person, who's going to make it happen. And I'm also glad that you're really learning and understanding what it means to do business with heart instead of chasing people from place to place. I'm excited to have you with us on this journey. I thank you for tuning in and get ready for another exciting show. Here we go. All right, I want to give you a tip, and it's going to come right out of Turbocharge. How to transform your business as a entrepreneur. There you go. This actually comes from page 108, Be the Authority in Your Field. It's the beginning of chapter 5, where I'm talking about magnetizing your group. So what do I mean by being an authority in your field? Here's what I mean. We respect in our culture celebrities. Whether it's a celebrity athlete, whether it's a movie star, whether it's a dancer, a singer, a Broadway performer, a band, it doesn't really matter. When someone has celebrity status, we gather around them. We tell other people about them. We create a buzz about them. Things go viral around them. They sell out really fast, right? You want to be that celebrity in your field, that authority in your field. So how do you get to that status? Want me to tell you? I'm going to. The person who provides the most content wins. Here's what I mean. If you're writing articles, blogging, doing radio shows, podcasting, doing Facebook Live, doing valuable social media posts, any of those things, our content, creating books, ebooks, white papers, templates, documents, checklists. People love those things. And the person who creates the most is the person whose content gets shared. So more and more people get to see you, know you, like you, and trust you. Let me share a story with you. When I wrote my first book, Work Yourself Happy, I think it was in the year 2000, I believe, nobody knew me. I came out of a completely different industry, so nobody knew who I was in the world of coaching or consulting or even speaking. While I'd spoken on stages, it was for speech language pathology type things, right? Not for leadership summits, not for keynoting at a place like General Electric. It wasn't any of that. So how did I get known? Get known really, really fast and get on TV shows like NBC and ABC and MSNBC and CNBC and, and Harvard Business Review and all that. How did that all happen? Well, here's how it happened. Accidentally. I didn't really know any better. And I just started creating content. I started creating top 10 tips. I'd do about 10 of them every single week. I would send out a press release every single week. I would write articles. I would send out an e-zine to my small database that I had way back then. It was too soon for Facebook and social media. I would send out newsletters that I would print up. I would do free teleclasses. There weren't webinars back then. It was the dark ages. What happened is eventually people started to follow me. People started to connect with me. I wasn't marketing at them. I was delivering value to them. And the more value I gave, that was not just a bunch of useless information, but my best stuff to help them transform, the more of them that hired me. It's the same today. Now, you don't have to do all those things. You can pick 1, 2, or 3 that you really like. I recommend 3. It's my magic number. So what do? I don't know if it'll help you, but these are things that come easy to me. Clearly, I write books. I love to write. I love to share in that way. So I'll keep writing books. Because I love to write, I like to write blogs. So I have a blog at terrylevine.com and heartrepreneur.com. I am fascinated by interviewing people. I learn so much when I do. So I've had terrestrial radio. I have an iTunes Entrepreneur radio show. I've had a iHeart radio show. And even being here on Terry TV with you, getting to interview fabulous people. That's what I do. Start thinking about the 3 things that are going to help you create celebrity and authority in your field.
Welcome to Terry TV. Always glad to have you and so glad that you're tuned in and super duper excited because the next guest that I am bringing on is fantastic. I call her my go-to gal. She knows everything that there is to know about writing a book, getting a book to be a bestseller, using a book for credibility. She works with coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, speakers, trainers, business owners, and she really helps them to spread their message and to truly change lives through the process of having a book and also to make a lot more money and become higher paid. Her name is Ellen Violette, and welcome. We just had an amazing interview, didn't we?
We did.
What's one of the top things we covered that you want to make sure that they go back and hear the entire interview and grab that and listen to it?
Well, we talked about how much credibility and expert status people get, how anyone can do it, and how they can do it in just 3 hours, which blows people's minds, and how they should not be afraid to give stuff away.
Yeah. By the way, that comes at the end of our interview, so when you listen to it and you go back in the members area, catch the whole interview, but really pay attention till the very end because there's something very, very important that came up at the end of that conversation that you're going to want to hear. And Ellen, you have given folks an incredible gift, so can you tell our viewers what they get?
Yes, they're going to get the 3 days to ebook cash checklist, and that gives you a step-by-step to follow to create your book and all the way to publishing, and some tips on how to make it a bestseller.
So awesome. So Ellen, as far as I'm concerned, she literally is one of, if not the top literary strategist. She's helped me with my own books, with a book proposal, and she, as I said, is the go-to gal. So get in there, listen to the whole interview. It's a juicy one, and make sure you grab a gift and then definitely stay to the end of that interview because it's really good at the end as well. Ellen, thanks so much for being my guest here at Terry TV.
Thank you so much for having me. It's fun.
I just want to give you a really, really fast tip here. And this has to do with Facebook Live. When you go on Facebook Live, just start educating people. I'm watching people go on and wait for an audience or wait for interaction. Just start educating. Here's what I want you to think of. It's just like you're having a webinar or a teleseminar, or you're in front of a group of people and you're going to speak with them. Just start giving value, creating content. If you're a dentist, start talking about what's important in dental hygiene or what your patients need to know. If you're a chiropractor, give us some tips on maintaining a healthy back. If you're a small business consultant, talk about things that we need to know in our small businesses. If you're a personal development expert, maybe tell us how to shift our beliefs. If you help us with our health and wellness, talk about supplements. Not selling. Say it again. Not selling. Just tell us, teach us, let us learn. Go ahead and do some Facebook Lives. You'll be really glad that you have, and your audience will thank you.
Welcome to Terry TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's so good to have you here, and I'm really excited about this next guest. I met her, I don't know, about a year and a half ago or so. Instantly really liked her. She seemed a bit introverted, yet at the same time very charismatic. And I just thought, I want to know this woman. And I got to meet her again maybe a month or two later. And that particular time, she was actually beginning to speak. Now she's an amazing, phenomenal speaker. If you get to catch her, you need to catch her. And I listened to her message and I thought, wow, she is doing her passion. She's so authentic. And I wanted to bring her here to Terry TV, and I'm going to tell you why. Most of my guests bring you phenomenal tools, right? Business, sales, marketing, they are just delivering and just amazing people to be here on the show. However, if you don't have that inner game right, if you don't have the mindset right, none of those tools are going to help you in your business. And so she is my go-to expert to help us get the money mindset right. Her name is Nicole Lewis-Keeber. She is a therapist, and she is the money mindset expert. I mean the expert. She's the go-to gal. She's helped both men and women all over the world not only reveal their money blocks, but also release those blocks so that they not only have more money, they have more abundance. Nicole, we just had a freaking phenomenal interview together, didn't we?
Oh gosh, yes.
We went really deep, and I got a little personal. Maybe you'll just share a little snippet of that.
You did. I so loved that you shared this example of how your inner game affects your behavior with your dear husband's story about how you all had found a parking lot in New York and it was too expensive, according to your husband, and he was willing to keep driving for another 25 minutes to find one that was, what, $6 cheaper?
Yeah, $4.
$4. And that is such an example of how our inner game impacts our behavior and how that inner worth impacts what we do on a day-to-day, even finding a parking space.
And so we're just, Nicole and I say, well, we don't think Mark will tune in, so none of you tell him about this, but I really do want you to watch the episode. We go pretty deep into money mindset, how to recognize it, and Nicole even goes into how to shift it and transform it and change it, and gave some really helpful coaching advice, and even using my dear husband as an example. So make sure that you go to the back of the members area, you watch the entire interview. I know that you are going to love this. It's going to be very transformational. This isn't a go do this marketing activity. This is go internally make transformations so you can allow money in. And Nicole, you also gave us a wonderful free gift. Will you tell everybody what it is?
I did. It's my money mindset type guide, and it is a compilation of the types of money mindset I see most in my practice. And there's some accompanying videos that go along with it where I talk a little bit further about how each one shows up.
That is phenomenal. And just have to say to the viewers, not only is the interview phenomenal, this is a phenomenal woman. It's phenomenal in terms of her intelligence, her brilliance, what she shares, and who she is as a human being on the earth. So you get to go know Nicole, that's your new name, know Nicole, and make sure that you watch the whole interview and that you do go to the members area. You're going to love this free gift. And Nicole, I can't thank you enough. Thank you. I know you're busy and you took the time here to be with our viewers on Tearing TV, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
I'd like for you to do something with me today. Kind of an interactive way. I'm going to be your coach, your consultant, your mentor for a moment. I want you to take a moment and I want you to think of who you absolutely want to work with and what you want to do for them. Forget what you're doing right now. So let's just say that you're helping people right now become more successful with their restaurant business. Let's say that you're coaching people to be more successful with their restaurant business. When I ask you this question, I want you to tap in and say, who do I really want to work with and what do I really want to give people? Forget how to make money, okay? Really, forget that for a moment. So if you think about who do I really want to work with and what do I really want to do with them? You might be like one of my clients who all of a sudden said, I want to help people look their best every day. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She was a photographer, takes gorgeous photos, can make you and me and everybody just look phenomenal. And one day she had this hit in the shower and she said, I want to help everybody look fabulous every day, not just for their photo shoot. When she knew what her passion was and what she really wanted to deliver, and then we got clear to whom, specifically, whom do you want to help? And she said, I really want to help women who don't have great self-esteem. So if I'm going to do a photo shoot, they're like, oh. And then if we do, when they go, I look good today, I look awful at home. That's the woman. We literally changed her business. Literally. Instead of just doing photo shoots, she combines them now. She'll help you look and feel phenomenal at your photo shoot if you're a woman who doesn't like the way you look and doesn't feel super confident. And then she has a small coaching program, I'll call it, for a few weeks, where she helps you so you continue to look your greatest. And it's really fulfilling for her. And she got really clear in her avatar. She said, I want to work with these types of women. I'll tell you why a lot of business owners are missing their mark, and I don't want that to happen to you. They're doing a business that they're not entirely in love with, and they're not sure who they're supposed to be working with. So I got real clear in my business many years ago. I was working with large corporations and big hospital chains and nursing homes, and my background was healthcare. And then I was working with large financial planning institutions and banks and some big nonprofits. And then I started thinking, what am I really passionate about? What caused me to leave corporate America? I didn't like bureaucracy. What if I helped a small business owner? I'm obviously good at running small businesses. What if I did that? Sounds like something I would love to do and people I'd like to help. So I knew what my passion was, and now who's ideal? Well, ideal, 3 types of people. The person who's ready to start a business and needs help, because believe me, you don't know what you don't know, and you can spend a lot of time and money and go out of business. Number 2, the person who's already started and they're stagnant and they don't know how to get above where they are. I'd love to give them that extra push. Number 3, the person whose business is declining. I don't want anybody to ever go out of business, so I want to turn that business around. I created 3 separate avatars, created specialized programs for all of them out of my passion. I really want you to do this exercise with me. Grab a piece of paper today, now, and jot down, if money were no object, and I mean that, no object, who would you work with and what would you be doing? So that's question 1. Question 2 is, who needs that? Who's the exact avatar? What social media channels are they tuned into? What movies do they watch? TV shows? What books do they read? Give them a name. Make them either male or female. You can't have both for this exercise. Give them an age, not an age range. Give them an exact age. Tell me about their hobbies. Are they married? Are they single? What do they look like? What's their income? I know a lot about my clients. I even know what kind of foods they like to eat. That's what I want you to do. It's going to help your business soar, and I really want you to turbocharge your business. It's time. Do the exercise.
Welcome to Terry TV. I'm really glad that you've tuned in. We are just here filling you with really great marketing, sales, and business advice from just amazing people that I've been connecting with. And I'm going to bring on a special guest, and I'll tell you real quickly, I always look for interesting people on Facebook, and there's a particular word that was used in this particular page that caught my attention. And I started to follow the page and follow this person, and I just love the messages. They're conscious, they're present, and they're really very different in the world of marketing, and I totally oscillate. And I have to tell you, we just had, I think, one of the most amazing goosebump interviews. I wanted to just go on and on and on. So my guest who's going to be joining me is Ted Hargrave, and he developed a knack for marketing, and he's a hippie. And when he developed this knack, he learned how to be a hippie again. And it's the word hippie that did attract me. Despite spending years in the nonprofit activist world, he finally had to admit that he was kind of a marketing nerd, right? And in the end, he became the marketing coach for hippies. Welcome, and I'm so glad that we had our time together. Give us some of the highlights, Ted, that they can hear.
Well, you know, I would say the main theme is this idea that marketing can feel good, which is anathema, because for most people there is this sense that you have to make a choice in marketing between it either feels good or it's effective. And it's not that way. It's not a choice between those. There is a way to market that feels better and is more effective. And in fact, I think what most people don't think about is that if marketing feels bad for you, you're not going to do it. You will avoid spending the time. Even though you know you should, even though you're broke, you just won't do it. And if it feels bad for the people receiving it, they will avoid you at parties. They're gonna step back. So if your marketing can feel good for you, you're more likely to do it. And if it feels good for them, they're more likely to actually want to receive it, which is such a anathema as a concept that people might actually enjoy receiving your marketing. That marketing could actually feel good. That marketing could be an expression of the very values of the business you're espousing and the projects you're working on. So I suppose that was probably one of the big themes in our conversation, is this question of why does marketing not feel good? What is the engine behind that has it consistently show up for all of us? Because in our conversation, you and I both were relating stories of ways that hadn't felt good for us or for others, and then what's the shift that might need to happen in order for it to feel good? And it's one of these shifts that's it's so simple. In the interview I was saying, like, these 4 words, it's like a question. It's a 4-word question that underwrites marketing feeling good. And it's so unimpressive when you hear it at first. It doesn't seem like much, but it's actually everything. So to me, that was the thread that was at least most interesting for me.
Thank you for sharing that. I think the interview is incredibly interesting, and we both share a lot of stories. I think it's really going to be effective for anyone who wants to do better with their marketing and really take some different look at their marketing. And Ted, you also put a free gift back there in the members area. Can you tell what that is?
I believe it was the How to Start ebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so the How to Start ebook, it's a workbook, and one of the things I saw is that marketing does not feel good. And it's just a generic, people pull away and on the receiving end, but certainly on the giving end, the people who need to do the marketing, it just feels so bad. And so then it's like people kind of driving by the rear view mirror, or driving by trying to look at what they don't want to hit, which of course draws you into it, or you get so terrified you never drive at all because you're so terrified to hit things. So this is what I saw, is people just had a general unease. Marketing doesn't feel good. But when I'd ask them, I said, well, how do you not want it to feel? If you're at a party and somebody behind you was like, oh my God, their marketing is so pushy, slimy, aggressive, gross, inauthentic. What are the words you'd never want to hear? And what I found is for everyone, it's different. There's a certain similar group of them, but everyone has a slightly different thing. And then when I asked them further, which is what nobody thinks about, how do you want your marketing to feel? Like if you had to pick 3 words that everyone had a different 3 words that really shaped the vibe of their business. For some people, it's like, I want my marketing to feel gentle, warm, and inviting. And other people, it's like, I want it to feel badass and edgy and rock and roll, So it's very different. So it's a workbook that can help people figure out, number 1, how do you not want your marketing to feel? But number 2, more importantly, how do you want it to feel? What are the words? Because you could do a lot worse in your marketing than, if you had 3 words, you could just look at every page on your website, every sales page you write, every email you send, and say, is it these 3 things, or could I make it more this way? It sounds like nothing, but it's so profound.
That is intensely profound. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you for an amazing interview. Thank you for the free gift. And for the viewers, I guarantee you this is going to be one of your absolute favorites. I am so glad that I started stalking Tad on Facebook. Tad, thank you again for joining us here on Terry TV.
This is probably one of my favorite parts of the show. Okay, maybe that sounds egotistical. It's a little bit of spotlight coaching. Well, this is where I get to help you. And I'm going to share a story that I ran into the other day, a true story of someone who came up to me at the end of a speaking event, told me about his situation and how I spotlight coached him and turned it around. Here's what I want you to pay attention to. Vicariously, something in that story, it's meant for you too. Trust in that. Listen with your heart and don't fight against any of it. Just allow it in and breathe it in. So here's his story. His story is he developed some pretty awesome software. He showed it to me. Very impressive. His story went like this. I hate marketing. I don't want to market the software. I want someone to go out there and market it, and I'm willing to give them a huge percentage of the profits. But I his word, I'm going to use it. I stink, not quite his word, at marketing. What can you do to help me? And he was waiting for me to give him tactics, right? Either here's this person who can go do your marketing, or let me do your marketing, or here's how to do your marketing made simple or made fun. And here's what I said. Until you change the story about marketing, you'll never be successful. Here's why. There is nobody better to market your business or my business than who? Than the owner. Now, after a while, we can't always do our own marketing. However, until you've reached the $1 million mark, do your marketing. Do your marketing. People need to get to know you, like you, and trust you, and they will make their purchases from you. Do your marketing. If you are walking around going, I can't do marketing, I stink at it, of course, you will stink at it. You won't attract people. And a year from now, you'll be telling me the same story. So here's what your job is. It's what I told him. It's an inner game. Isn't it always an inner game? You know my book, Turbocharge, has all the outer actions, right? You also know that I spend a lot of time in the book helping you get this right. Unless you've got your monkey mind programmed to think in the way you need it to think, with the right beliefs, you're not going to get anywhere. So imagine two business owners. Imagine this gentleman going, I stink at marketing, I can't market. And imagine someone else who developed software, who I know and whose software I use, that said, you know, T, my nickname, I don't know that I like marketing, but I'm open. I want to make it fun and playful. Do you have any ideas? Sure. We picked a couple of things. 2. He started doing those 2 that made it fun and playful for him. He started doing these amazing webinars. He loves to do webinars and engage with a live audience. And man, those webinars just crushed it. And he found out that he liked to speak. So he started doing small local events. His business is soaring. You see, that person is coachable. Someone who's walking around going, I can't do it, I'm not good at it, is not going to get any place. Now, however, here's the good news. This gentleman was coachable. He is coachable. When I shocked him by saying, you're going to fail, and he was quite shocked, he said, that's not what I expected you to say. And I said, well, you're not paying me. And if you were, I'd tell you the same thing. Why? I'm transparent, I'm honest, and I'm in integrity. It doesn't work, dude. It's not going to work. If you really believe that marketing is so difficult and so awful and so nasty, it's not going to work. I said, talk to me about things that are fun and things that you enjoy. And after our conversation, I found that this guy is an amazing writer. He loves to write websites. He's written copy. He's not only written programming, right? He writes software. He's written special reports and ebooks and white papers, and he's great. I said, simple. We're just going to take all of that and we're going to bring that out. And that's your marketing. That's all you're going to do. You're going to have fun. You're going to enjoy it. It's things that you like, and people will show up. However, don't you dare take it out there and offer it to anybody till you get this right. Zig Ziglar used to talk about stinking thinking. And he used to say that you have to do a checkup from the neck up. That's exactly what I did with him. He's going to be amazing. Begin to think if anything that I shared related to you. I'm certain it did. How can you take what I just said, as if I was spotlighting you and your business, and really transform what's happening in your business? Go for it. It is such an honor, such a privilege, such a pleasure to be able to be with you, my viewer, and to be able to bring talented people to you. People that I've come to know and truly adore. And yeah, I have stalked some of them out on social media. I'm looking for the best of the best. People from all around the world. I'm glad that you tuned in today to Terry TV. Stay tuned for all the episodes. Let others know about these episodes. We did these to bring more value to every potential business owner, current business owner, struggling business owner, stagnant business owner, and maybe even the business owners that need turnarounds. Create more profits, create more joy, and put a lot of heart in your business. My heart hugs your heart.